I'm going to hand it over to you. Start.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody can hear me. You can hear me, right, Neha?
Yes, Ramaya, very, very loud and clear. I hope she's audible to each one of you.
Yeah, I think they can hear me. So great. So now, after a good yoga session, we will be talking about Buddha bowls today. Again, diabetic-friendly Buddha bowls. Thank you, Neha, for the introduction. So food is definitely, I mean, a lot of my clients also like come across and they say, ma'am, so many things to include, so many things to exclude, carbohydrate, protein, vegetables, that, this. So to make the life a little easier, planning a little easier, I will be talking about Buddha bowls today. Again, there is no fast and standard rule which you have to follow when we talk about Buddha bowl. It can be with whatever ingredients you have in the kitchen. You can just put it in a bowl. You should know what exactly how much you are putting. So portion is something which you have to keep in mind. So I will be educating on you on the same. What kind of food should be in what quantities when we talk about Buddha bowl. Again, it is a very simplified way of eating and it's quite fulfilling as well because all your food is in one bowl and you just have to eat that one bowl to get all your nutrition and to make sure your blood sugar levels are also managed well. So without wasting much time, I will just begin by giving you an explanation on what is a Buddha bowl. So can you just share the next slide, Neha? Yeah. So if you can see in the picture itself, it's like n number of things put together in a bowl. So simply that includes little bite of various food presented separately in a deep rimmed bowl. So Buddha bowl is again very similar to another type of dish called nourish bowls. The main difference between a Buddha bowl and a nourish bowl is in nourish bowl, you can also include meat. But in Buddha bowl, we are not talking about meat. But yes, you can include, as I said, there is no hard and fast rule to follow one specific aspect. But yes, if you include meat in this, like either chicken or eggs, if you are including, then that becomes a nourish bowl. Just the difference in the name. It's not that, okay, I cannot include meat or I cannot include egg. That is not the standards at all. So yeah, next slide, please, Neha. So there are just 5 basic elements to make a Buddha bowl. So what all is inclusive in the Buddha bowl, if you say, we can just keep in mind 5 things. That is whole grains, or it can be pseudo grains. So I'll tell you what are whole grains, what are pseudo grains as well. And then there is a good chunk of vegetables which is coming into picture to get our fiber portion. And then there is protein, which is very, very important to get the satiety which we are looking at when we have a specific meal. So I'll tell you what are the sources of vegetables, because in vegetables there are plenty. A lot of people might not like to eat all the vegetables raw. So there are ways by which you can include vegetables which will taste good as well. It doesn't require too much of time, like light roasting, steaming, boiling, all these things are good. I will explain a little more elaborately about the vegetables in coming slides. But here, just to give you an idea about 5 elements which you have to keep in mind. That is, yes, whole grains or pseudo grains, just to give you that bulk. And then vegetables to take care of your variety as well as the fiber section. And then the protein section to give you that satiety, to give you that fullness. In spite of eating just one small bowl or one medium bowl of food, you should be feeling full till your next meal consumption. And then there are 2 important things: the dressing or the sauce which you use to bring out all the flavors, and then the toppings to give that crunchiness. So again, what are the options to be included for dressings, and what are the things which you can add as toppings? We will definitely discuss a little more about it. So how to make a Buddha bowl? Again, it's very simple. As I said, you just have to see what is there in your kitchen or in your refrigerator. all you need is like very basic things to make a Buddha bowl. It can be rice, or it can be wheat, or it can be like any form of dal or pulses or sprouts, and vegetables, whatever is present in your kitchen, in your refrigerator, and the spices for your dressings. Next slide, please, Neha. Yeah, so now we will talk about the 5 components which we just discussed. The first thing is the grain part. Again, in our grains, we have pseudo-grains as well. So rice, wheat, are our major grains, major staples. Apart from that, like in wheat, you can have broken wheat as well. You can have buckwheat as well. And in rice, there can be different variety of rices. There can be normal white rice, there can be black rice, red rice, brown rice. All these things can also be included. And then there is quinoa, millets, rolled or steel cut oats, and then there is amaranth. All these things come under pseudo-grains as well. So we can include that also to just form a bulk, basically, to give you, like certain people are very attached to having their grain part in the food. So they'll be like, if they don't eat grain, madam, I don't feel satisfied, or I don't feel fuller. That is just a way of, like, I would say it's basically a habit a person would have built. It's nothing like you have to eat rice or wheat or some other grain to feel fuller or to make your meal look complete. We also get our carbohydrate from other sources as well, because we can make a Buddha bowl without whole grains also. So if you are including a good amount of like whole pulses or sprouts or dals in your Buddha bowl, that will also give you carbohydrate in the form of lentil carbs. So it's, again, as I said, there is no standard rule to make your Buddha bowl. Still, to just to get a clarity on whole grains, what all can be included, I have put in all of these information. So you can include any grain of your choice to make your meal look or like feel complete as well. So next we talk about protein. Okay, sorry. Next we talk about vegetables. So in vegetables, as I was talking about, bright colors is what we have to look for, because vegetables are good sources of antioxidants. So we are getting antioxidants to remove the free radicals from our body, to make our immunity stronger, to make our food filled with a lot of flavor, a lot of crunchiness. So you can either roast your vegetables or saute your vegetables, or you can keep it raw as well, depending on your choice of like the liking of your taste. So for example, roasting bell peppers, like all the varieties of capsicums, will bring out the natural sweetness which is present. So if you're a person who like a little sweet, little spice in your food, then definitely roasting your capsicums or bell peppers will definitely bring out that sweetness flavor. While serving them raw, preserves their crunchiness, because when you saute or when you roast your vegetables, it becomes a little soft. So it might lose that crunch which naturally it does have. So fresh tomatoes, or such as cherry or grape tomatoes, it is best way to include it in raw form. And there are also like leafy greens which you can eat without cooking them, like nicely washing them, you can have it. So kale, baby kale, arugula, or baby spinach, these are leafy vegetables which you can include in your salad. Other like starchy and fibrous vegetables, again, as I said, if you're not including any grain in your Buddha bowl, then the starchy or like bulky vegetables can come into picture, such as pumpkin, again, roasted pumpkin. Ya fir sweet potato also you can have. Again, you can steam the sweet potatoes, or you can boil them and you can add, or you can just saute them, or you can roast them and you can add it into your bowls. More the variety of vegetable, better would be the like appearance of your Buddha bowl, and at the same time, taste also will be so much better while you are eating. So next slide. So next we will be talking about the protein aspect. Neha?
Sorry, it was not moving. Is it by now?
Yeah. So again, protein, there are a lot of options. In the beginning, I told you in Buddha bowls, because the name Buddha, it comes from a vegetarian aspect. So we are talking about all plant-based protein sources. But again, there is no hard and fast rule to only include plant-based protein sources. You can also include animal-based. So here mainly.
Rumaya, can we just take a little bit in Hindi also? Because those who are not able, just brief in one sentence at the end so that they are well aware that how they have to prepare it.
नहीं नहीं, बीच में आई विल डेफिनेटली ट्राई टू इंक्लूड सर्टेन हिंदी. सो लेट मी, अभी मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ दे देती हूँ. अभी तक जो भी मैंने बात किया है, बुद्धा बाउल्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. अगेन बुद्धा बाउल्स में 5 बेसिक कंपोनेंट है. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ग्रेन का पोर्शन होता है, वेजिटेबल का पोर्शन होता है, प्रोटीन का पोर्शन होता है, देन ड्रेसिंग होती है उसमें, और टॉपिंग्स होते हैं. ग्रेन्स जो है उसमें आता है आपका राइस का जो भी वेराइटी आप ले लें, जैसे ब्राउन राइस हो गया, रेड राइस हो गया, ब्लैक राइस हो गया. देन सूडो ग्रेन्स करके हम इनको बोलते हैं, जो है किनुआ, मिलेट्स, ओट्स, एमरांथ, ये सब जो बनते हैं वो सूडो ग्रेन्स करके हम उसको स्पेसिफाई करते हैं. और व्हीट का वेराइटी में आप ब्रोकन व्हीट, दलिया या फिर बकव्हीट इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, जो कि ये बल्क देता है. और आगे जाके वेजिटेबल्स की बात करें तो जितना ज्यादा कलरफुल हमारा बाउल दिखेगा उतना इंटरेस्टिंग हमारा मील होगा. तो देर इज नो रूल कि यही तरीके के वेजिटेबल्स आपको खाने हैं. अगर जो भी वेजिटेबल्स आपको कच्चे खाने में अच्छा लगता है तो उसको आप रॉ इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि आपके कैप्सिकम्स हैं, स्प्रिंग अनियंस हैं, ऑनियन टमेटोस हैं, बेबी केल है, बेबी स्पिनच है, और मेनी अदर ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल जैसे कि धनिया पत्ता है, मिंट है. इसको सब हमें जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें उसको पका के ही खाना है, हम कच्चा भी खा सकते हैं. तो अगेन वेजिटेबल्स में आप जितना ज्यादा कलर ऐड करेंगे उतना ज्यादा आपका न्यूट्रिशन बल्क हो जाएगा आपके बाउल में. तो आप सॉटे करके, मतलब हल्का सा उसको पका के भी आप इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं या फिर कच्चा भी इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. अगेन नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रोटीन. तो प्रोटीन में क्या क्या ऑप्शंस आते हैं, अभी यहाँ पे हम वेजिटेरियन सोर्सेस ऑफ प्रोटीन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बुद्धा बाउल है तो नेम इटसेल्फ स्पेसिफाइज ये बुद्धा के ओरिजिन से लिया हुआ है, तो इसलिए हम वेजिटेरियन सोर्सेस या फिर प्लांट बेस्ड सोर्सेस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. तो इसमें आता है बीन्स, आपका जो भी सोयाबीन है या फिर दूसरा कोई भी बीन्स हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो वो प्रोटीन कंसिडर किया जाता है. चिकपीस जैसे काला चना या वाइट चना है उसको भी हम प्रोटीन करके कंसिडर करते हैं. और लेंटिल्स, जो भी सभी तरीके की दाल जैसे तूर दाल, मूंग दाल, ऑल द वेराइटी ऑफ दाल्स आर कंसिडर्ड गुड सोर्सेस ऑफ प्रोटीन. दे ऑल्सो एड बल्क. मैंने पहले ही बताया, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको ग्रेन डालना बहुत जरूरी है, मतलब चावल या फिर सूडो ग्रेन या फिर व्हीट रहना बहुत जरूरी नहीं है. सिर्फ आप ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में आपका प्रोटीन डाल रहे हैं तो वहां से भी आपको कार्बोहाइड्रेट कंटेंट मिल जाता है. स्टिल योर मील काइंड ऑफ लाइक लुक्स वेरी वेरी कंप्लीट. तो टोफू जो है वो सोयाबीन से बना हुआ होता है. अगेन दैट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी गुड सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन, हम उसको कंसिडर कर सकते हैं बुद्धा बाउल में. एंड देन पनीर है जो दूध से बनता है, अगेन उसको भी हम कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, बट इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू लिमिट द क्वांटिटी, क्योंकि एक बार में अगर बहुत ज्यादा पनीर, बहुत ज्यादा टोफू खाएंगे तो डाइजेशन में काफी दिक्कत होती है, क्योंकि प्रोटीन रिच फूड जो है टाइम जो डाइजेशन के लिए ले जाता है कंपेयर टू कार्बोहाइड्रेट सेक्शन और ग्रेन सेक्शन थोड़ा ज्यादा है. तो ऑलवेज रिमेम्बर लिमिट में होना चाहिए टोफू या फिर पनीर. या फिर आपके नट बटर्स जो है, जैसे पीनट का बटर बनता है, मूंगफली का, या फिर देर इज आलमंड बटर विच वी कैन मेक इट एट होम वेरी इजिली. देन देर इज पीकन बटर एज वेल. ये सारे नट्स हैं. अगेन दे आर वेरी हाई इन द न्यूट्रिशन कॉम्पोनेंट एंड एट द सेम टाइम फैट एज वेल, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत ज्यादा फैट कंटेंट होता है. तो वी हैव टू बी वेरी पर्टिकुलर अबाउट द क्वांटिटीज ऑफ nut butter which we are including as a protein in our Buddha bowls. Again, protein क्या करता है, it not only adds bulk to our plate, it also makes our defecation, मतलब जिसको भी constipation का issue है या फिर ठीक से मोशन नहीं हो रहा है, I think eating right amount of protein makes it easy to have a clean defecation in the morning. फिर हम बात करेंगे ड्रेसिंग या फिर सॉसेस. ये अगर मैं टर्मिनोलॉजी बताऊंगी आपको सॉस, तो बहुत सारे ऐसे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं मार्केट में विच यू कैन सी, विच यू विल गेट एक्साइटेड. यहाँ पे लाइक सोयाबीन सॉस है या फिर कुछ भी लाइक there are many sauces which are available in the market, जैसे fancy वाले. तो you should be very particular, क्योंकि वो जो स्टोर से आप लेके आते हैं sauces या फिर dressings, उसमें बहुत ज्यादा सोडियम कंटेंट, द सोडियम पोर्शन विल बी एक्सट्रीमली हाई, एंड एट द सेम टाइम प्रिजर्वेटिव्स, क्योंकि हम स्टोर से लेके आके बहुत दिनों तक, महीनों तक घर में रखते हैं. Instead, it is very easy to make our own dressing at home with basic ingredients what we have. So homemade dressings or sauces allow you to limit the amount of sodium, sugar and fat that you add to your bowls. क्योंकि ये आप रेडीमेड सॉसेस या फिर ड्रेसिंग्स लेंगे तो उसमें बहुत ज्यादा लाइक आर्टिफिशियल शुगर्स होगा या फिर डायरेक्ट शुगर इंक्लूड करके रहेंगे. फैट जो ऑयल कंटेंट होता है वो बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा, या फिर सोडियम पोर्शन, सोडियम भी बहुत ज्यादा खाना, ये तीनों चीजें हद से ज्यादा लेना बहुत हार्मफुल रहता है. इट्स रियली हार्मफुल टू ईट मोर देन व्हाट इज रिकमेंडेड. So it's very important to make your own sauce or dressing. It's very easy to buy it from the store that appears to be healthy. अभी आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे लेबल्स आते हैं कि healthy sauce, healthy biscuits, healthy this, healthy that. So always go back and check the ingredient section or nutrient composition. पढ़ के समझना बहुत जरूरी है. तरीका भी होता है कैसे समझना है, कैसे पढ़ना है. आई एम श्योर आप लोगों को पता होगा कैसे न्यूट्रिशन लेबल पढ़ते हैं. अगर आपको पता नहीं है तो आपके कोच के साथ जब आपके सेशंस होते हैं तो पूछिए कि कैसे स्पेसिफिकली पता चलता है कि ये स्टोर वाला जो हम लेके आते हैं हेल्दी है नहीं है, या एटलीस्ट नियरली हेल्दी है. मैं नहीं बताऊंगी कि इट्स नॉट दैट व्हाटएवर वी बाय फ्रॉम आउटसाइड हैज टू बी कंप्लीटली अनहेल्दी और हेल्दी. Again, it depends on what all is inclusive in it. And certain homemade sauces or dressing examples अगर मैं बताऊं, simple पीनट बटर का हम घर में बना सकते हैं. जैसे मूंगफली ले लिया, उसको हल्का सा रोस्ट करके आप उसको ग्राइंड करते समय थोड़ा सा एनी ऑयल और थोड़ा सा घी हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, और उसमें नेचुरल इंग्रेडिएंट्स लाइक हमारे किचन में जो अवेलेबल है, इट कैन बी गार्लिक, इट कैन बी ग्रीन चिलीज, इट कैन बी एनी अदर नट्स फॉर दैट मैटर, और थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट, थोड़ा सा ब्लैक पेपर, थोड़ा सा जीरा पाउडर, ये सब ग्राइंड करके वी कैन मेक आवर ओन सॉस और ड्रेसिंग्स which will add on much like better flavor into different kind of foods which you have added into your bowl. Similarly, there is tahini as well. Tahini again a poppy seed से बनता है, खसखस जो बोलते हैं उससे बनता है. उसको आप सोक करके उसको भी ग्राइंड करते समय थोड़ा सा गार्लिक, थोड़ा सा ऑलिव ऑयल, थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट, पेपर, लेमन, ये सब डाल के ग्राइंड करेंगे तो इट विल ऑल्सो टर्न आउट टू बी अ वेरी हेल्दी ताहिनी सॉस और ताहिनी ड्रेसिंग. एंड देन हमारे पास ये न्यूट्रिएंट जो न्यूट्रिशन जो वेरी हाई होता है वो है एवोकाडो हमें मिलेगा. अगेन दिस इज अ वेरी गुड लाइक सोर्स ऑफ हेल्दी फैट. हम इसको भी इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं क्योंकि जो स्पाइक होता है, जैसे खाने के बाद आफ्टर फूड, सून आफ्टर फूड, व्हाटएवर स्पाइक यू सी इन योर ग्लूकोज लेवल्स, दैट कैन बी कंट्रोल्ड इफ वी हैव good quantity of healthy fat in our food. So avocado is one such example which you can include to any of your foods. Again, Buddha bowl में just to get that creamy flavor और थोड़ा सा अच्छा टेस्ट आने के लिए you can make your own dressing or sauce using avocados. Again, आपको जो भी ingredients चाहिए ये सारे mix करके you can make your own avocado dressing. मेन सोर्स अवोकाडो या फिर पॉपी सीड्स या फिर पीनट बटर या फिर एनी अदर नट फॉर दैट मैटर. और योगर्ट से भी अच्छा बहुत टेस्टी वाला क्रीमी सा सॉस बनता है. आप नॉर्मल दही को थोड़ा छन लेंगे, थोड़ा फिल्टर जैसे फिल्टर पेपर के अंदर 1-2 घंटा रेफ्रिजरेट में रख देंगे तो ऑल द फ्लूइड फ्री वाटर विल कम आउट, and then you will get a very thick layer of like curd that is called yogurt. So basically उसके साथ all the other ingredients, whatever flavor you are interested in, it can be chilies, it can be black peppers, or it can be any other masala you would want to add which is in your kitchen. You can add all of those things and you can make your own sauce or dressings. So again, spices अगर हम बात करें, जैसे धनिया पत्ता है, मिंट लीव्स है, सिलांट्रो है और बेसिल है, बहुत सारे हर्ब्स हैं जो हम यूज कर सकते हैं. अगेन दैट कैन बी इंक्लूडेड any of it depending on your choice to make your sauce or to make your dressings. और एक कंपोनेंट है अगर हम बुद्धा बॉल की बात करेंगे क्योंकि अभी तक तो हम सारे ड्राई इंग्रेडिएंट्स डाल चुके हैं, जैसे ग्रेन है, जैसे प्रोटीन सोर्स है, जैसे वेजिटेबल्स है। फिर हम उसको पूरा एकदम मिक्स करने के लिए हम सॉस या फिर ड्रेसिंग इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। देन अभी थोड़ा सा क्रंच लाने के लिए वी हैव टॉपिंग्स। तो नेहा, कैन यू गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? या सो टॉपिंग्स के बारे में अगर हम बात करेंगे तो हियर अ लॉट ऑफ लाइक क्रंच और अ गुड फ्लेवर टू ब्रिंग इट आउट, you can use nuts, herbs, seeds, which can add all like another dimension and layer to your final product. तो हर बाइट में आपको थोड़ा क्रंच चाहिए, आपको थोड़ा टेस्ट चाहिए, देन हैंडफुल ऑफ नट्स एंड सीड्स एंड ऑल अदर हर्ब्स कैन कम इनटू पिक्चर। क्योंकि नट्स एंड सीड्स वैसे भी ओमेगा 3 फैट्स में बहुत, they are very good sources of them, so you can include, and at the same time they give you protein, they give you dietary fiber. So उसके अलावा हर्ब्स जो आप इंक्लूड करते हैं उससे आपको फ्रेशनेस और एडेड फ्लेवर मिलता है। अगेन स्लाइस्ड एवोकाडो जस्ट ऊपर से आप डाल रहे हैं, क्योंकि एवोकाडो ज्यादा नहीं है तो थोड़ा सा एक दो स्लाइस भी अगर आप डालेंगे दैट कैन बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ टॉपिंग। फ्रेश सिलेंट्रो, जैसे मैंने बताया लीफी वेजिटेबल्स जो भी हम रॉ खा सकते हैं, which can be used as a like a for a good flavor, you can add that, like chop करके coriander leaves हुआ, mint leaves हुआ, cilantro हुआ, ये सब हम डाल सकते हैं बुद्धा bowl में। again these are very basic things, very common things to be included. अगेन एज फॉर नट्स अगर आप पूछोगे तो कौन सा नट्स खाऊं, क्योंकि ड्राइड फ्रूट्स भी आते हैं। यूजुअली व्हाट हैपेंस, पीपल काइंड ऑफ लाइक कंफ्यूज विद नट्स एंड सीड्स, आई मीन ड्राइड फ्रूट्स एंड नट्स। अगर मैं बोलूं कि नट्स खा लो तो देन दे विल गो टूवर्ड्स लाइक रेजिन्स, देन दे विल गो टूवर्ड्स प्रून्स, एप्रिकॉट्स, डेट्स। तो ये सारे आते हैं ड्राई फ्रूट के कैटेगरी में। तो अगेन ड्राइड फ्रूट में बहुत ज्यादा शुगर कंटेंट होता है, फ्रक्टोस होता है, तो यू हैव टू बी लिटिल पर्टिकुलर। खा सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल नहीं खाना है, बट मिनिमम पोर्शन टू बी इंक्लूडेड। बट अदरवाइज द नट्स एंड सीड्स अगर हम बात करेंगे तो उसमें हेल्दी फैट, प्रोटीन और फाइबर मिलता है, तो यू कैन हैव अ लिटिल बेटर क्वांटिटी कंपेयर टू ड्राइड फ्रूट्स। तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन फ्लेवर प्रोफाइल जो आपको पसंद है, आपको चाहिए, उसके हिसाब से लाइक मेडिटेरेनियन डिशेस आप अगर कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आप पिस्ता, आमंड्स ये से डाल सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें क्रंच बहुत अच्छा दिखता है। अगेन एशियन स्टाइल्स ऑफ बाउल आप कर रहे हैं, जैसे आपके बाउल में चावल है या फिर अमरांत है या फिर कीनुआ है, तो उसमें आप कैश्यू लाइक कैश्यू सॉस बना के आप ले सकते हैं, वो अच्छा जाएगा। और मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड सीड्स, जैसे सभी तरीके के सीड्स थोड़ा थोड़ा आप ऊपर से इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल फ्लैक्स सीड, चिया सीड, सनफ्लावर सीड, सिसमी सीड, पंपकिन सीड, आप ऐसे ही इसको डाल सकते हैं या फिर हल्का सा रोस्ट करके, ताकि फ्लेवर उसका बाहर निकले, हल्का सा रोस्ट करके यू कैन एड इट इनटू योर बुदा बाउल्स। सो यस, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड अपने। हाँ, ये स्लाइड मैंने डाला है जो टायर 1 टायर 2 सिटीज में है, स्विगी जोमेटो करते हैं आजकल लोग, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं है, अगर बाहर से मैं खाने की कोशिश करूं तो हाउ कैन आई ऑर्डर लाइक आउटसाइड, हाउ कैन आई नो इट इज हेल्दी? तो ये थोड़े से ऑप्शंस मैंने निकाल के डाला है, लाइक मैक्सिकन बुरीटो बाउल यू कैन सी हियर। अगेन दिस इज वन ऑफ द हेल्दियर ऑप्शन। Paneer tikka protein bowl, that is also one more option which you can find it on Swiggy and Zomato very easily. पनीर बुद्धा बाउल हाई प्रोटीन एंड ग्लूटेन फ्री होता है। सिग्नेचर क्रिस्पी मशरूम बाउल्स, दीज आर वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल्स। अगर आप इफ यू जस्ट ओपन योर like apps, if at all you're having on the phones, and you can check for buddha bowls. Buddha bowl में there will be a description, read the description, क्या क्या components हैं, what are the components, how much. Usually nowadays each and every restaurant people, they are mentioning how many calories, how much of carbohydrate, how much of protein, how much of fiber. At least you should read that and then place an order for your meals. Next slide. तो व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ ईटिंग बुद्धा बाउल? अभी तक तो हमें समझ आ गया है, तो दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी इजी, गो टू लाइक लंच और गो टू डिनर और गो टू मील एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन द डे। एंड व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट्स इफ यू आस्क, लाइक दे आर वेरी हाई इन फाइटोन्यूट्रिएंट्स। क्यों? क्योंकि कलरफुल फूड जो हम ज्यादा इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं इसमें, मेन component is like a lot of vegetables in it. A smaller component would be the protein portion and the carbohydrate portion. So phytonutrients, plant nutrients, that both give them color and boast various antioxidants. मैंने बोला antioxidants ज्यादा होने से जो हमारे बॉडी में फ्री रेडिकल्स होते हैं उसको हटाने में हेल्प होता है। और हमें काफी ज्यादा विटामिन्स मिनरल्स मिलते हैं जो हमारा बेसिक बॉडी में फंक्शन है वो कैरी आउट करने के लिए, दोस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो कलरफुल डाइट हेल्प्स रिड्यूस the risk of chronic diseases and help protect against certain cancers as well. जितना ज्यादा हमारा डाइट न्यूट्रिशनली हाई होगा उतना ज्यादा we will be able to get health benefits. So it's very important to include a lot of colors. This is what we usually kind of like talk about for with our clients as well whenever we have sessions. कि अगर आपको याद है तो प्लेट कॉन्सेप्ट में भी हम क्या ज्यादा प्रायोरिटाइज करते हैं, half of your plate should be vegetables and the other half should be a combination of carbohydrate and protein section. तो जितना ज्यादा वेजिटेबल्स खाओगे उतना ज्यादा फाइबर मिलेगा एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू शुड प्रायोरिटाइज प्रोटीन एज वेल। ग्रेन का उतना ज्यादा नहीं है जितना हम लोगों को लगता है कि हमें चाहिए। विदाउट इवन ग्रेन्स वी विल बी एबल टू गेट good amount of nutrition if we put in right kind of ingredients into our food. ठीक है, नाउ वी विल टेक अप अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस एज वेल जो आपने चैट विंडो पे डाला है, बट उससे पहले एक छोटा सा क्विज जानने के लिए कि टिल नाउ व्हाटएवर आई हैव डिस्कस्ड आई हैव जस्ट कम अप विद 2-3 क्वेश्चंस। देखते हैं हाउ मच यू ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड अबाउट इट। So first one is what is not a healthy choice of sauce? Sauces के बारे में मैंने बात किया, तो what is not a very healthy choice आपको बताना है। आप मेरे को मैसेज कर सकते हैं चैट विंडो पे। A पेरी पेरी, B मायोनीज, C ताहिनी, D नट बटर। What do you think is not so healthy? Okay, a lot of like answers are coming in and mostly everybody are guessing it right. It is B mayonnaise. Definitely it is unhealthy because of lot of components coming into it. Peri peri sauce जो है वो चिलीज से बनता है, ताहिनी सॉस जो है वो पॉपी सीड्स से बनता है, नट बटर्स it can be by any of the nut. So mayonnaise is definitely the unhealthy choice. अगर आप बाहर से खा रहे हैं, you see in your Buddha bowl or in any of your food there is mayonnaise included, please be very particular about it. It's not a healthy choice of sauce. Very good. I'm great. That's really nice to know that sabko pata hai ki mayonnaise is unhealthy. So here, what is not a herb? मैंने बताया lot of herbs can be used in our Buddha bowls as a dressing, as a topping. तो क्या लगता है कौन सा herb नहीं है? There is rose, there is basil, there is cilantro, there is mint. Okay, all the answers says A, rose, definitely. Dried rose flowers can be used, but again, rose as such is not a herb. Other cilantro, basil, or mint are very common herbs which we use in our food. Okay, nice. So what is not a pseudo grain here? So pseudo grains के बारे में भी मैंने बात किया। तो there is millet, A option, B में quinoa है, C में रवा है और D में corn है। So yeah, mixed answers I'm getting. Okay, people who are saying D corn, no, D corn is also a pseudo grain. Basically gluten नहीं होता है corn में. Rava is not a pseudo grain क्योंकि उसमें gluten होता है. Anything which doesn't have gluten can be considered as a pseudo grain. So millet, quinoa, corn are considered as pseudo grain, but rava is not an example of pseudo grain. Yeah, most of them are saying it right. C. That's great. Nice to know all of you are like well aware about the nutritional component or examples of grains and herbs and sauces. So yeah, now, yes, we will be opening up for questions.
So before we move ahead, I also want to know, Rumaya, from them, if they have to make the Buddha bowl, how will they make it? Because we discussed about the 4 elements. It's very important to understand what are the 4 elements that has to be the ingredient has to be there in the Buddha bowl. It depends on you. You can make the grain-free Buddha bowl. It is okay if you add a little bit of pseudo grain, or you add the completely any of the one grain like rice, any type of rice, brown rice, long grain rice, which has low GI. What we keep in consideration when we are planning the Buddha bowl, make sure it has lot of vegetables and the fiber in that. Good amount of protein because that reduces the craving and gives you a good satiety value. Next is your grains from the, it has to be in a moderate amount. Don't put too much of rice. So 1/4 portion in the Buddha bowl also, half of the bowl should be filled with the vegetables, and try to add as many colors as you can. There are a lot of colors being available nowadays. Next is your protein. Proteins, you all know, vegetarian and the non-vegetarian sources so far. And if you want, I have prepared one small video, short video for you. I will be sharing it on the premium group. You can go through that. It will help you in understanding how can you prepare your Buddha bowl. I often do it at my home because my dinners are generally the grain-free Buddha bowls and I really love them. So I hope you all will enjoy. And I want to see in the chat that how you will prepare your Buddha bowl, what comes to your mind, because we all can give idea. And I want to see that on the premium group also. So please click the picture, prepare it and share it. We will give our insights whether your Buddha bowl is perfect or not, what all changes are required. And if you feel that the Buddha bowl cannot be tasty, I completely bet you are wrong. Once you start having it, you will love it. You will fall in love with that. So thank you, Rumaya. It was a very wonderful session. I think short and crisp, very helpful. We are open for the questions. Whatever the doubts you have, please put it in the chat section. I will take it up along with Rumaya.
Yeah, we already have a lot of questions coming in, Neha. I think Buddha bowl recipes people are asking. I do have
We will give you.
small PDF which we will be sharing towards the end. But more or less, अभी भी जो मैंने explain किया, 5 components, just keep those things in mind and just put all of those things according to your requirement. But the bowl has to be like colorful, right? The main aspect is including a lot of vegetables. So more vegetables, more antioxidants, more phytonutrients. That's how you will be benefiting out of your food. And then protein is also important. So it can be from lentils, it can be pulses, it can be sprouts, it can be dals as well, or it can be nuts and seeds, paneer, tofu. These things I just explained to you. All of those things coming together in a bowl can be considered as a Buddha bowl. So I just read one question, difference between normal oats and rolled oats. Again, rolled or steel cut oat has less processing. So the fiber content is kind of like healthy. The resistant starch portion will be higher in steel cut or rolled oats. Whereas the normal oats, if you take, they will be kind of like instant, doesn't need too much of cooking and all of it. Again, the processing is quite high. Any food which you see that, okay, it can be just made like this, you need to understand what kind of processing it has gone through. So just be particular when you are buying certain things, it has to be the healthier version of ingredients you are picking up from the market. Yeah. Yes. Can I add chickpea as protein into Buddha bowl? Absolutely, you can do that. Tell us more about sauces. Sauces, again, it can be any variety. Like peanut में आपने sauce बना लिया. जैसे मैंने बताया, any kind of flavor which you would want to pick up. Like it could be green chilies, it could be pepper, it could be masalas, can be anything according to your taste. The main component can be cashew, can be almonds, can be chickpeas hummus जो बनता है ना, कोई किसी भी तरह का hummus can be an example of your dressing. और ताहिनी जो मैंने बताया, खसखस या फिर poppy seeds which we call, you can add that, you can grind it along with a little bit of olive oil or any cooking oil for that matter. उसके साथ जो भी spices है mix करके that can become a sauce. Yogurt is the best option. Again आपको creamy थोड़ा taste चाहिए होता है तो आप you take yogurt or you take curd and make your own plain yogurt and add your choices of inclusions into it and make your dressing. Okay, very well brief, but I'm not fond of many green vegetables raw. Can I use cucumbers, grains, puffed rice, or nuts? You can use cucumber, you can use grain. Grain is just one component in your Buddha bowl. अगर आप बोलेंगे पूरा चावल लेके 75% of your bowl is चावल and only 25% of your bowl is vegetable, that is definitely not a healthy version of Buddha bowl. You need to make sure प्लेट कॉन्सेप्ट जो आपका होता है माइंड में वो हमेशा रहना है. उसका मतलब है 50% विल बी वेजिटेबल्स, 25% ग्रेन होगा और 25% प्रोटीन, 25 to 30% प्रोटीन हो सकता है. तो पफ्ड राइस ऑल्सो इट्स कंसिडर्ड एज कार्बोहाइड्रेट क्योंकि उसका ग्लाइसेमिक इंडेक्स थोड़ा ज्यादा है. तो So be very particular. पता नहीं, मैंने अभी तक तो पफ्ड राइस का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया है बुद्धा बाउल में, बट अगेन एज आई सेड देयर इज नो रूल. आपको चावल ये सब नहीं इस्तेमाल करना है, किनोआ, ओट्स, आपको पफ्ड राइस डालना है along with your protein and vegetables. I think you can go ahead with that. That will also be okay. Not exceed 200. Again, the size of the bowl can be according to your choice. क्योंकि हर एक, every individual have their capacity of food limit, right? So certain people feel full with just 150 to 200 grams of food. Certain people need 300 or 400 or 500 grams depending on your activity, on your body weight, on your age. So it's very important to understand from your coach कि आपको कितना quantity लेना है. Is it katori? Is it cup? Is it bowl? Is it big bowl which you have to eat? And again, it depends on yourself as well. आपको कितना खाने से full हो रहा है. So you should know the signal, right? जब आप खाने के लिए बैठते हैं, आपको पता है आपको भूख लग रही है, आपको खाना चाहिए. You need food. So when you are eating, also there is a signal by our body. ये जो हार्मोन्स हैं लेप्टिन और ग्रेलिन, ये दे वर्क विथ ईच अदर. तो आपको पता चलता है कि जितना आपने खाया है इतना काफी है. आर यू 60% फुल, 70%, 80%, 100%? तो आपको हमेशा याद रखना है 70 to 75% और मैक्सिमम 80% जितना फुल है उतना ही खाना है. ऐसा नहीं कि 100% तक आप खाते रहेंगे, देन यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू गेट अप एंड वॉक अराउंड और बी एक्टिव. और इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, पोस्ट मील हमको थोड़ा कुछ ना कुछ एक्टिविटी करना चाहिए ताकि हमारा पोस्ट मील ग्लूकोज वैल्यू जो है थोड़ा कम हो जाए, है ना. कैन लंच और डिनर बी ए बुद्धा बाउल? एब्सोल्युटली इट कैन. I mean, it can be a breakfast, it can be a lunch, it can be a snack, or it can be a dinner as well. Percentage of protein and grain, etc. मैंने बताया, grain is giving you carbohydrate. Protein, all the pulses, lentils, sprouts, paneer, soya bean, nuts, all that is giving you protein. So protein can be 25 to 30%. Grains should be minimum 20 to 25%. Vegetables should be 50%. This is the combination. Any more questions? Let me just go back. How not to overcook quinoa? Quinoa basically आप pressure cook करेंगे तो 2 to 3 whistles it will be done nicely. Or try open cooking once to understand how much of water is needed to cook your quinoa. So that way you will avoid overcooking. आप बहुत ज़्यादा, if you just keep it on the stove, whistles are coming 6, 7. Obviously it will be overcooked and it will become mushy. So you cook it in open pan and soak it before you cook so that the cooking becomes easy. You need not have to wait for a long period of time to get it cooked. Sugar fit rice, yes, definitely you can include, but atta in what form you will be including? क्योंकि आप रोटी बना के तो रोटी you will not be adding to your Buddha bowl, right? You can have buckwheat or you can have broken wheat. तो वो तो available नहीं है sugar fit में. Sugar fit rice can definitely be one of the ingredient in your Buddha bowl. So again, calorie content of a balanced Buddha bowl you're asking. It depends very much on an individual. आप कितना calories एक meal में ले रहे हैं. You can make your Buddha bowl with 200 calories, 300, 400, 500, 600, how many ever calories you would want.
It depends on weight also. So please check with your coach. She will guide you well.
Yeah.
And I just really like one of the ingredient which is very fulfilling is the couscous. It's available in the market, very low in carbohydrate, never gives a spike, and very, very fulfilling. So try that out. It's easy to use. One of the pseudo-grain and very helpful in reducing
Couscous
your.
and amaranth seeds are also a very good
Yes.
option to be included in Buddha bowl. These are the things which will add on a little bit of like texture into your Buddha bowl. You will not feel like okay, क्योंकि आप चावल डालोगे या फिर any variety of rice, you would want some kind of like good gravy along with it. But then अगर आप ये quinoa डाल रहे हैं या फिर couscous डाल रहे हैं या फिर amaranth या फिर any millet if you are using, you do not need too much of like liquidity into it. जो भी सॉस आप इस्तेमाल करें थोड़ा सा, that will be more than enough. how many potato is good for a day? Potato is your carbohydrate. So I told you overall 25%, 20 to 25% of food can be carbohydrate. So that much of potato is good if you're not eating anything else as carbohydrate. So carbohydrate section में बहुत सारी चीजें आते हैं. Please ask your coach what all is considered as carbohydrate, and then
And
include
when we are taking, carbohydrates from the, especially, your potato, you can boil it, keep it in the refrigerator, let it cool down, let the starch convert into the resistant starch, which is much more safer. If you can exclude, nothing better than that. But if you cannot, and if you're like, taking the carbohydrate instead of grains from the potato, that is also absolutely okay. You can replace it. It will not give a spike. But refrigerate it after boiling for 24 hours and then next day use it. That's one of the much better way. Otherwise, it will give a drastic spike.
just your regular starch to make it resistant. Always, even rice, if you just cook it, refrigerate it, next day you heat it and then eat it. That way, the starch content will be resistant and it will not give you the spike which will usually appear because of your regular, like freshly cooked rice or freshly boiled potatoes. How to eat amaranth? Is it need to cook? Yes, you need to cook. Very similar to quinoa, very similar to any of the millet. Amaranth seeds you will get. So you can just cook it in water and include it into your Buddha balm. Any other queries, questions? I'm trying
So
to
how
go.
many of you are going to try Buddha bowl?
Yeah.
Are we going to make it? Can we try?
We need
Or you
answers
will send the PPT?
on the chat.
Yes, we can have it for any time, but just try to go grain free for the dinner time. If you are in the night shift, you can go with the grains. If you are eating early dinner or you just take only 2 meals a day, then you can go with the grains. Definitely depends. Very few, yes. Rest are not going to try. How will we understand without trying or tasting something?
Try to understand if you will like it, enjoy it, because till now whatever I have heard, people who have not tried till now, whoever tries, they absolutely love it because it's easy, it's very light on your stomach, especially in the night. If you're eating, definitely digestion happens quickly, quality of sleep improves, morning you will feel so much more fresher compared to the other days. So again, recipes, we have shared the PDF. It's there on the chat window. Please go towards the recipe section. So there are 2-3 recipes and I have given you set of ingredients to be included. Grains ke liye, what all can go, you can go with. Protein ke liye, what are the options? Dressings ke liye, sauces ke liye, and then with the grain, without the grain, there are 2 options in the recipe section. Please reach out to that PDF and check the PDF for the recipes. You can have raw or you can have cooked. It's all depending on your choice. If you like roasted or like sauteed vegetable, please go ahead with it. If you like it raw, if you like the flavor crunchiness, you can add your raw vegetables. I think Neha, they're asking about the recording. So they will get it on the page, right? They are supposed to follow. Yeah.
So there is a login. There is a YouTube channel which I have asked everyone to subscribe. So I request everyone, because it's easy to put it over there because people keep on asking about it. I'm sharing the link again. Please subscribe the channel and you will get automatically the update on the new upcoming recordings. So you can go through it. There are a lot of recordings already over there. You can scroll down and check. Apart from that, these recordings for today and last 2 days, I have to record it. I have to upload it, in some time. So please give me, since morning, I'm also here sitting with, along with you. So this conversion and everything will take time. I've shared the link for this YouTube channel. You can subscribe it, and that's how you can get the notification for all the new recordings and the sessions. I hope you will find it interesting and you can use it. Even the strengthening exercise video has been uploaded over here. You can refer to it in the later part. PDF recipes for the health for the Buddha bowl I have uploaded here in the chat also. Don't worry, we'll share it on the premium group also. So please stay tuned to the premium group because most of the recipes, all the updates, everything goes over there. And I'm very sorry because I need to sometimes bombard the chats, but I think you should know about the upcoming sessions, and that's the one of the easiest way for me to inform each and everyone because it's not possible to go to every person individually and remind. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks, Rumaya, for such a lovely session. Very short, very crisp, and very, very interesting. I hope you all will enjoy it. You all have enjoyed it too. Uh, Rumaya, any doubt in the chat regarding the channel, or shall I?
No, I think channel name, the link has been
It's
shared in the chat, guys. Yeah,
the channel name is Health Lover.
Health Love.
I'm writing down in the chat, so please.
Health Lover is the channel name, guys. You can subscribe that. All the updates of regular sessions which happen will appear there. And also you will find recordings for all the sessions which happen week on week basis. Thank you so much for patiently hearing all of you. I hope everybody will give you a try, will give a try with regard to Buddha bowls and make your sugar management easy as well. Thank you, Neha. Thank you for supporting.
Thank you, everyone. I just request each one of you to please motivate your other fellow mates in the premium group also to be active, and you can share your experience. That's why we have these communities, right? These are the best blood sugar solution communities where you can share your hacks, what has worked for you. If you're stuck somewhere, I think these are the right and the most appropriate people to reach out, and they are all from a very reputed family like you. So please don't worry and post your picture, post your question over there, share your experiences, and utilize it as much as you can because what we need is the motivation. And if you be active over there, you will get the ample motivation that anyone look for. Can we do that? I just request, and I hope you all are joining all the challenges from our side. We are trying to make journey as interested as we can by running these challenges, doing all the webinars, but it's up to you how you take this up. So these sessions are very crisp and short. We just try to just make it more practical instead of being more theoretical. So keep the basics and the concepts in mind, and that will go with you lifelong. Thank you.
Yeah, one more question. I think I thought I will just cover that. Somebody had asked if they can use non-veg. You can definitely have, like, it is considered as a nourish bowl, not the Buddha bowl, because Buddha bowl states plant-based food. So you can include egg whites, you can include chicken, roasted chicken or shredded chicken into your Buddha bowls for your protein section. Yes, you can do that. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you all. I think Mrs. Monica has put a question for PCOD and thyroid. I think for a thyroid, only goitrogens are something which you need to be a little particular about. So don't include raw vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, or soybean. If it is cooked or roasted, it's absolutely fine because the moment you expose these vegetables to heat, it will destroy its goitrogens. So it will not interfere with your thyroid production. So it's fine. Say for PCOD, again, it's very important that you concentrate on overall healthy or nutritious diet. So there is no restriction of vegetable as such. You can include all the vegetables and all the variety of protein sources as well. Gluten and lactose. Gluten, any which ways, is not coming in Buddha bowls until unless you use something which is made up of wheat. So it's okay to include all the ingredients which has been mentioned in your recipe section or during my presentation also, whatever I mentioned can be included as well. Yes, steamed broccoli, cabbage, absolutely okay for thyroid. Again, every day if you're eating, that's an issue, but I don't think so. Every day you would want to include only cabbage or broccoli into your food. Bring in a lot of variety. More the variety of vegetables, more are the benefits which comes along. So have cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli might be weekly once or twice in smaller portion, and try to include more other non-starchy vegetables. Yes, tofu can be taken as protein in your bowls. Yeah. So thank you, guys. Thank you once again. Neha, can we?
Yes, yes, Rumaya. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a good day.